So today I wanted to talk about web viewers for a minute because it's been coming up with customers a lot in conversation. And I want to talk about a few of the misconceptions and best practices. So the first big misconception that customers sometimes have is that they're somehow going to be locked into using our 3D viewer and they won't be able to build custom experiences for product launches or transition to someone else if down the road they change their mind. That is not the case with us, and that's not really the case with anyone, or at least it shouldn't be. Any web viewer that you're using should be able to support valid GLTF and GLB models. So if you commit to using a 3D digital asset management system like VNTANA, we have the ability to serve up that GLB model. You can use whatever viewer you'd like. It could be our viewer, it could be a custom implementation of a viewer, it could be even, potentially a competitor's company and you just like their viewer better. So you're really not locked down. It's kind of your files that determine whether or not you'll be able to use that web viewer. Most web viewers don't require pre-processing. Sketchfab would be an exception to that. They have a great viewer, but it does require pre-processing on their end. So in that case, you probably do have to have the model hosted on Sketchfab to be able to use that Sketchfab viewer. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was custom implementations, because this has been coming up a lot more. And we hear you. Most customers don't want just an off-the-shelf, this is how things look when it comes to e-commerce. They want to be able to convey a story. They want to be able to talk about their brand and have those branding elements match the rest of the page. And to that end, we've actually decided to completely overhaul our 3D web viewer, and we're rebuilding it from the ground up. Should be live in October, and with the new viewer, you'll have the ability to customize any element that you want and customize it using non-3D languages. So you don't need to know anything about WebGL or 3JS. Instead, your web team can use CSS or JavaScript to be able to edit the viewer to look and feel the way that you want it to feel. They'll be able to control camera animations, they'll be able to set post-processing filters and all sorts of other things, all via the API and not require really any knowledge of 3D. So this is really exciting. I think it'll be really helpful. My feelings on it are most companies that want something custom, it makes sense potentially for a product launch or something like that, but they should not endeavor to build their own viewer. And the reason is the technology is just changing a lot and moving really quickly. And what's gonna happen is you'll build a system that'll work great for 6 months, maybe a year, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be left behind. And being an organization that doesn't specialize in the creation of 3D technologies, I think can really hinder your ability to continue to deliver at the rate that is required in today's market. So that's maybe not all I have to say about web viewers, but all I have to say for today.